Hey there, everybody. Hey, this is Children's Beans and Cornbread, and I feel like I wanted to take it back to our roots and go back on where we used to do and do some of the same things that we used to do when we first started, and that is the previews. Yes, we eventually evolved to doing just a FOC, and that was popular. But I know I want to do previews. It's the beginning of the month. We've got thousands of pages to go. I want to try and get this done in an hour, so I apologize if it goes too quick. But it's late at night, so I wanted to just knock this out and make sure you guys had this information. So first up, we wanted to do is, and I apologize that I don't have these on on PowerPoint because look, that's a hefty task in itself. But here we go. We're going to start with the issue number 35 for Does He Connect? This is the stuff that's coming out for June 2023. And see what's inside. I think some of these have already been on FOC and they have already come out. So for instance, the Dawn. Hey, what's going on, Pat Malone? Pat Mel. Hey, this is what we're doing. We're doing the preview show. We're doing some of the stuff that was either already on FOC or is coming up on FOC during the month of June. So I'm gonna get in. So apologize if I go too quick for everybody, but I just want to make sure everybody's keeping track of this stuff. So the first one we got is Dawn of DC. Dawn of DC rises over Gotham. This one is already on FOC. I think it was either last week or a couple weeks ago for Batman number 136. Then there's the Dawn of DC Tom King Penguin number 1. That was going on sale on June 20th. There's a 125 by Kellen Gu, 150 by Nathan Zerdy. There's that 125 variant cover by Nell Gu. Actually looks pretty doggone good. Looks like we don't have the 150 yet. Yeah, looks like we don't have the 150 yet. But I do. Oh, actually, here we go. Here's that 150 right there. That is the 150 for the Nail Zerdy. That one for the what's the name of this title again? For Penguin number 1. Got Harley looking crazy, of course. And Penguin 0. That one goes on sale on June 13th. That one's going to be written by Chip Zdarsky. Looks like this one is already on FOC because I remember doing this one a few weeks ago because it's got that cover by Derek Chu for Batman the Brave and the Bold number 2. Poison Ivy number 13, that goes on sale June 6th with the Carpenter 150 foiled, and it's got that swimsuit variant cover, and then it's got that 125 by Mindy Lee. Nightwing 105, that one's on, I believe that one was on FOC already because you got that 150 foil variant cover. When did we start doing this? We started doing it 4 years ago. And then I stopped because we focused on doing the Friday. This is the previews. This is not Drunken Chat. So this is the previews where we start just doing previews. So I want to get back to our roots, and I want to make sure that I'm still doing this. Catwoman number 56 on sale June 20th. That one was already on FOC already. Of course, Jekyll Uncovered. This one is Action Comics 1056. I don't think this one has gone on FOC yet because it goes on sale June 27th. It's got a swimsuit variant cover with the 125 with steel. Or actually it might because it's got that Flash movie variant cover in there. But that 150 foil variant cover might actually turn out nice. If Superman didn't look like such an old summer gun. Superman the Man of Tomorrow. It's got a 125 by Tom Rowley. Then there's John Kent number 4. That one comes out on June 6th, so that one comes out next week. Still Works #1. I really do like that 150 variant cover by Helen Lenoble. That one right there. Uh-oh. Make sure I zoom out. And for those wondering, yeah, Steve, hey, thank you guys for stopping by. For those that are wondering, man, yeah, it's been a while since I've actually done previews. And it used to be easy doing previews, right? Because it was all in one book that was distributed by Diamond. But now, because there's so many distributors, the stuff is all over the place. Lunar has their previews, which is what I'm actually going through, the DC Connect Plus. The next Lunar, I forget what it's actually called. Then Diamond still puts out their previous book, which is about 527 pages, and then Marvel has their own previews book. So it's a mighty task. Green Lantern #2 that comes out June 13th. And then Dawn in DC, new character alert for Green Arrow #3. There is a Derek Chew for this one. Actually, there she is right there. The new character alert. Her name is going to be the Peace Wrecker. There she is right there on the freaking cover for that one. Looks like a variation of the Peacemaker. So she is the Peace Wrecker. There's a 1 in 25 variant cover and a DC Prime variant cover that comes out on June 27th. Seems like they never show pics on shit anymore, cover art or for half the books. Yeah, they're trying to looks like they're trying to capitalize on this spoiler hustle that we're on right now. Okay, so for Unstoppable Doom Patrol #4, there's a Qua variant which looks absolutely freaking gorgeous. I'm wondering if there's looks like there's no foil for it, but there is a 1 in 25 variant cover by Loren Loree, which looks gorgeous as well. Harley Quinn #31 has several covers. It has a Jenny Frison on its way. It's got a 1 in 25 by Derek Chew, a 1 in 50 by Fila Brutkin, DC Pride variant cover by Claire Rowe. And you know what? I actually really like all of them, so I might actually end up getting that 150. I mean, I'll tell you what, you can barely see the art for the 1 in 50. You can barely see it. You can't really tell what's going on there. So, but I do like the other ones. I do like that 1 in 25 by Chew. I do like that Frison. And do like that DC Pride joint. Even though I can't tell why it's DC Pride. Spirit World #2, 1 in 25 by Zoo or Zoo. Then there's a Jessica Louis Fong. City Boy #2. And there's a 1 in 25 by Mike Coy. The Vigil #2, that one's coming out 6/20. And it's got a 1 in 25 by Anand RK. Let's see, Titans #2, that one comes out on June 20th. It's got a Jen Bartel, a swimsuit variant cover, and a 1 in 25. It also got a Flash movie variant. Cyborg #2. It's got a 1 in 25 by Sanford Green. I believe this might have already gone on FLC because I think I do remember covering that one. Flash #800. It comes out on June 6th. And it's got several covers that we've covered already. Wonder Woman #800. That one was already on FLC. That's supposed to have the first appearance of Trinity, Wonder Woman's daughter. You know what? I don't remember that Ortega variant. That one's gorgeous. Then DC Pride 2023 #1. Actually, that one was supposed to have come out this week. I'm not sure why they put it in this particular one. Let's keep it moving. Batman Incorporated number 9. That one comes out on June 13th. 1 in 25 variant cover by John Timms. Tim Drake Robin number 2. There's a DC Pride variant. That one comes out on June 27th. Then Peacemaker Tries Hard number 2. This one comes out next week. And what I do like is I do like that movie variant cover. So it's the same one as the cover A, but it's given like the, I guess we'll call it the Die Hard treatment. Sandman Universe Nightmare Country Glass House number 3 comes out June 13th. There's a 1 in 25 by David Romero. Looks amazing. Riddler Year 1, the Riddler Year 1 number 5. There's a 1 in 25 by Christian Ward. Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker number 2. There's a 1 in 25. And I guess the difference is that it looks like it has the kids all grown up on the cover right there. Static Team Up Nancy number 1. I'm guessing that might be the first appearance of that new character, Nancy. And it's got him right there, not quite solo on the Natasha Bustos cover. But there is a 1 in 25 by Edwin Galman. Icon vs. Hardware number 5. It comes out 6/13. Then there's a 1 in 25 by Demetrius Dawkins. They're starting to solicit for collected editions for Lazarus Planet, Lucky Print. Okay, so these are the collected editions, so we're going to skip over that one. We're going to go to issue number 36 of DC Connect. This is stuff that's supposed to come out in July, so these are the ones that you're going to see the FOCs come up pretty soon. Parker Woggs, you're looking for the link for what exactly? Okay, first up we got Night Terror's First Blood. There's a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50 by Jakuri, a 1 in 100 by Jay Lee, and a 1 in 166. Some of these covers are really, really good, but what I don't trust is that 166, because I forget which one it was, but one just got canceled for whatever reason. I guess because people didn't really care about that. I mean, why are we spending $2,000 to $3,000 on these freaking covers just for it to get signed? Nah, I'm good. Then we got the Night Terrors number 1. It's got a 1 in 25 by Evan Don Shaner, 150 by Alex Maleev. There's 1 in 100 by Ivan Race. I gotta tell you that John Martina doesn't look half bad. I wish they would have blown it up, but get what we get, I guess. Night Terrors number 2, Josh Williamson. There's a 1 in 25 by Jess Spokes, 1 in 50 by Ivan Reese, a 1 in 100 by Muhammad Asrar. Steve Schuss says he spent a lot of money on that Night Terror stuff, and all those Martina covers are ridiculous. Right on, man. Hope we got a good price for them. Night Terror's Batman number 1. Here's the 1 in 25 by Kale and Goo. 1 in 50 by Dan Mora. A Midnight variant cover by Dustin Gwynn. And let me tell you, I'm looking at the little miniatures for those. Those are looking really good as well. Here's the Detective Comics number 1 for Night Terrors. Here's a Nightwing cover, or there's a Nightwing version. Here's one by Matina, by Jason Alexander. There's a 1 in 25 variant by Vasco Gorgiev. There's a 1 in 50 by Jason Sean Alexander. And I don't see the difference. I guess it's just version because it doesn't say whether it's foil or not. And even then, it says that the art is not final. But there's also a Midnight variant by Dustin and Gwen. Ooh, I do really like this one. Night Terror's Poison Ivy #1. There's a 1 in 25 by Inmit Malavia. There's a 1 in 50 by Jessica Dalva. There's a Midnight variant by Dustin Gwynn. There's a Lauren Lee. And I'm not seeing who did this. Oh, I guess it would be Lauren Lee. No, cover by Jessica Fong. Jessica Fong did this cover. Looks like the crew sitting down for some type of Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. But it's amazing. That's my possible pick for cover of the year. That's definitely got to go in the folder. All right, Night Terror's Catwoman #1, 1 in 25 by Danny, 1 in 50 by Lee. And Steve says that this one right here, the Catwoman with the snakes, he bought 6 doggone copies. And that is the Tula art and cover by Leah Lees. There is a Tula Lotte that's out there. It's in there in a miniature. Unfortunately, I can't blow this up. Actually, see if I can. How close can I get without it pixelating too much? Okay, that's not that bad. There's a Tula Lotte. There's a Howl. There's a 1 in 50 variant. And let's take that 1 in 50. Okay, yeah, so that 1 in 50, I guess it doesn't say whether it's a black and white. It just says 1 in 50 variant covered by Leela Lees. It doesn't say whether it's foil or black and white or whatever. Okay. Okay, there's your Night Terrors for Harley Quinn. Here's a Frison. There's a Tula Lotte. Your 1 in 25 is done by Casper Wittengard. 1 in 50 is by Sweeney Boo, and your Midnight variant is by Dustin Gwynn. Tell you what, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money in June. Spending a lot of money. All right, Night Terror is the Joker #1. 1 in 25 by Alan Qua. 1 in 50 by Ryan Brown. And Midnight variant by Dustin Gwynn. These are going rabbit on these covers. I don't see, and it just says there's a cover by Simon Bianchi, but it doesn't have a ratio in it, so it's open order. All right, Robin #1. There's a 1 in 25 by Sam Wolf Connolly and 1 in 50 by Jorge Corona. You know, this one might just be the weakest of the bunch. Night Terror Superman #1. There's a Matina Award, a 1 in 25 by, looks like that's Philly Yabertukin, and 1 in 50 by Dan Moore. Well, it all depends on, you might be able to sell it. I hope you, once again, I just hope you were able to get a good price on those. Action Comics #1, Suyan variant. Here's a Perel variant. Here's a 1 in 25 by Otto Smith, and your 1 in 50 by Megan Hedrick. Flash #1, covered by Werther Deladera. Then there's a variant cover done by Clark, and 1 in 25 by Kyle Holtz, and your 1 in 50 done by Dustin Gwynn. And let me tell you that with Dustin Gwynn, looks pretty damn good. Wonder Woman #1, 1 in 25 by Tony Harris, 1 in 50 by Darren Mora. And there's a Matina. And that midnight variant looks pretty damn good. Night Terrors, Titans number 1. There's a 1 in 25 by Tony Harris, a 1 in 50 by Jorge Corona. There's a Martinez Bueno and a Christian Ward variant as well. Shazam number 1 for Night Terrors. Here's your 1 in 25 by Jerry Ordway and a 1 in 50 by Freddie Williams. And of course your Midnight variant by Dustin Gwynn. Green Lantern number 1, an amazing, really good art done by Lucio Perillo. Okay, and there's your variant art by Robertson variant. Robertson. There's a Mike Deodato, a 1 in 25 done by Pete Woods, a 1 in 50 by Kelly Jones. Of course, your Dustin Gwynn Midnight variant. Black Adam number 1 for KT. Here's a regular cover done by Jeremy Hahn, variant by Christian Ward, 1 in 25 by Carl Kirsch, and 1 in 50 by Jeremy Hahn. Okay, those are okay. I do like that 1 in 25 variant though, by Carl Kirsch. It's got that old time feel to it. Night Terrors Angel Breaker number 1. That Ivan Tao. I feel like we've been soliciting that for a while, that Ivan Tao. Then there's that Larry Lee, and then 1 in 25 by Chuma Hill, and then 1 in 50 by Mateo Loli. And I had to do some research to figure out what was the first appearance of the Angel Breaker. Uh-oh. Night Terrors Antenna number 1. 1 in 25 by Raleigh Rossmo, 1 in 50 by Michael Sion. Tell you what, that Ron Lim looks really good. That Sion looks really good. It's got the tentacles, of course. In fact, 1 in 25 actually looks like it has some tentacles as well. Punchline number 1 gets a KT. That Ben Oliver looks really freaking good. That Schmidt variant, I love the concept. It's just a little off. The 1 in 25 looks like it's a movie variant. And at 1 in 50 by Gleb Melkonov. Ravager number 1. It's got a 1 in 25 by James Taco and 1 in 50 by James Spokes. And I do love that Macephora variant. Let's see. Hawk Girl number 1. It's going to be on sale in July. Looks like this is the first one that we're not talking about some Night Terror stuff. So Steve is saying that he got 40% off of most of the books, but he has to order 3 months out, like the books you're covering. Had to order by last week. I need to look into your pull box for all the books missed. Absolutely, brother. Just let me know. 1 in 50, 1 in 25. 1 in 25 is done by Brad Walker. Your 1 in 50 is done by Mateus Manahini. What is this? World's Finest Teen Titans number 1. Let's scroll. Keep scrolling until I see something really good, because it looks like I might be a little bit behind. That 1 in 25 variant cover for Tales of Titans number 1 by Javier Rodriguez. Looks like it's kind of a negative color variant. Then there's a 1 in 50 done by Fatima Wahid. And there's also a special foil variant cover, which is a little bit more expensive at $6.99. Adventures of Superman John Kent number 5. Looks like there's some, I don't know whether these are new characters on the side, like this character, that's the Prime. There's a 1 in 25 by Zoo Arzu, a 1 in 50 by Clayton Henry. So Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, 1 in 25. It's like Steelworks, Basiri variant cover, 1 in 25 variant cover done by Ibrahim Mustafa. Okay, for Batman, the Brave and the Bold, there is a Gerard. Let me scroll this over. There's a Gerard's a variant cover. Schmidt, and there's a 1 in 25 variant cover. That one's done by Jorge Molina. Spirit World, there's a Fong cover, which actually looks kind of nice. Actually, would probably be better as a poster. And a 1 in 25 done by Zoo. Vigil number 3, that comes out on July 18th. Covered by Sumit Kumar. And there's a 1 in 25 by Anand RK. City Boy number 3, it's got a 1 in 25 done by Michael Coy, which looks really good. Batman Beyond Neo Gothic number 1. Okay, there's a Ward variant cover and Ejikuri. Here's your 1 in 25 by Belin Ortega, and a 1 in 50 done by DK Ruan. There's your little previews for it. I'm not sure who that is or who did that one. Oh, March. Guillaume March. That one actually looks really good. But then there's a 1 in 25 covered by Tom Riley and a 1 in 50 by Kevin Maguire. Okay, so quickly, Steve Schuss is asking about if you order through the Drunken Chat pull box, like how far out do you have to order them? Well, if you're ordering an incentive, you've got to order by FOC day. But if it's just a regular, regular open order book, you could probably order it, 2 weeks. Sometimes you can order it 1 week in advance of it actually coming out. But if you want to make sure that you absolutely freaking get it, you definitely want to get it by FOC, which is usually 3 weeks at the most, maybe a month before you have to order, before you have to have it in, or before it actually is going to come out. Excuse me. Let's take a little previews for Harley Quinn. Superman Last Days of Lex Luthor, number 1. There's a 1 in 25 by Yannick Paquette and a 1 in 50 by Evan Dox Janier. Some Sandman Universe Special, the Thessaly. Here's your Patridge variant cover. Don't know why you gotta have a bunny and a knife at the same time, unless you're going ready to kill the motherfucker. There's your 1 in 25 by Jasmine Darnell. Looks like they're really going in on these kids being all grown up and Havoc. Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker. There's a 1 in 25 by Dan Panozia. Looks like it's kind of nostalgia for like WWE stuff. Looks like Peacemaker has a Quinon's variant cover. 1 in 25 by Jorge Corona. And looks like now we're getting into the collected editions, so we're going to bounce over to some other stuff, but I will say that the Joker, the one Operation Joker, is something you want to keep an eye out on, because that is the Japanese manga version of the Joker Batman series. It's kind of weird. All right, let's go into Marvel. Stand by. Once again, this is Marvel Free Previews number 21, June for August 2023. So it looks like most of this stuff is going to come out in August. I probably need to cover the stuff that's going to be on FOC in June. As soon as I get that, I'll probably do another show on that one. First one that is popping up is a Disney 100 variant cover for Amazing Spider-Man number 32. Then it's got Uncanny Avengers number 1-5. It's got several covers. Looks like a bunch of Alex Ross covers with the villains on there. Yep, Avengers Connecting variant cover. Then there's the X-Men Connecting variant. Mortal Thor number 1. It's got the foil variant covers by Martin Coccolo. And just as a reminder to any retailers that might be watching, don't forget that you don't get the normal discount for these foil covers. They're actually going to be more expensive. So you might want to warn your customers about that price hike. So there's no sticker shock when they arrive at the register. Then there's a variant cover by Stonehouse. A Miss Minutes variant cover by Peach Momoko, which is kind of interesting, seeing that it's on Immortal Thor. Looking through the interior art for Mortal Thor number 1. It's got Thor fighting an Ice King or Ice Dwarf or whatever. Then you got some Death of the Venomverse. Got Carnage looking badass on there. And written by Cullen Bunn, so you know it's going to be terrifying. Then enter Death of the Venomverse number 2. Enter the Symbiote 6. Prepare yourself as Tagami introduces the world to Venom Boy. So it looks like there's going to be a first appearance in Death of the Venomverse number 2. Somebody called Venom Boy. So I guess just like we had Spider Boy, we're going to have a Venom Boy. Okay. Death of the Venomverse number 3. That's roaring. Awesome. All right, and then looks like Null is back in Death of the Venomverse number 5. Then it looks like you got the Who Venom crew on these 1-5 connecting variant covers by Gabrielle Delato. Spider-Man Annual number 1 is coming out, and it's got a cover by Gabrielle Delato with Wolverine look kind of just like over Spider-Man. Iron Man Annual number 1, Iron Man vs. Storm. Fantastic Four Annual number 1, Ghost Rider versus the Human Torch with a variant cover by Todd Nuck. Moon Knight Annual number 1, Moon Knight versus Tagoki, excuse me. Ultimate Invasion number 3, with a variant cover by Daniel Acuna. Don't forget Jonathan Hickman's Ultimate Invasion will be coming out that month with Marvel Age number 1000. It's going to have a Greg Land variant as well as a wraparound Hidden Gem variant. Dark X-Men number 1. X-Men Connecting variant cover by Alex Ross. And there's going to be a version variant cover by Adam Hughes. And looks like we do not have... Yeah, we don't have a previews art for that one. Let's see. Dark X-Men is going to be coming out. Astonishing Fall of X, Astonishing Iceman is going to be coming out. There's going to be Children of the Vault. With variant covers by Paulo Siqueira and Rod Reese. Fall of X, Alpha Flight, number 1. Fall of X, Jean Grey, number 1. And then they give you a little checklist. Realm of X, number 1. Looks like that's by Stephanie Hans. Fall of X, X-Men number 25. Invincible Iron Man number 9. X-Men Red number 14. X-Force number 43. 43 is going to have a variant cover by Raza. And that X-Men Red number 14 will have a variant cover by America Andolfo. Fall of X, Immortal X-Men number 14. Variant cover by Elizabeth Torque, but there will be a variant cover by Phil Noto. And then looks like there's going to be a classified number 1. That's a actual issue. Or not an actual issue. That's like an actual title. Does actually say what it's about. Marvel Voices, X-Men number 1. Covers by David Marquez and variant cover by Betsy Cola. Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance, Alpha number 1. With a variant cover by Frank Miller. Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance. With a variant cover by Mark Texeira. Wolverine number 36. Variant cover by Leno Francis Yu. It might look badass, except for these weird dog ears on the side. Looks fucking weird. Magneto number 1. Captain America finale. And it's going to have a black and white version cover by Greg Land. Ironheart, Riri Williams, number 1. With a virgin variant cover by Rico. And a homage variant by Elizabeth Torque. Marvel Unleashed, number 1. Looks like it's going to be a animal pet led title. Amazing Spider-Man number 31. Covered by John Romita Jr. And then there's a Negative Space variant cover by John Tyler Christopher. Not shown here. Amazing Spider-Man number 32. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. It's going to be a virgin variant covered by George Perez. Captain Marvel Dark Tempest. Covered by Mike McCone, and there's going to be a variant covered by Lucas Wernick. X-Men Days of Future Past Doomsday number 2. Covers by Francesco Manna and Stefano Caselli. Storm number 4. There's going to be Blade number 2. There's a variant covered by Mateus Manhaney. And there's also a variant covered by Bill Sienkiewicz. What If Dark Venom number 1. It's a what if Ben Grimm became Venom. And Moon Knight City of the Dead number 2. And then in the solicit it says who is the Jackal Knight. So it looks like there might be a new character on its way. But I will say is that, let me see if I can zoom in on this one, this little piece right here. Variant cover by Bill Sienkiewicz looks like it's fine and good, but that variant cover by Alex Horley looks really good. Spider-Man number 11, reintroducing the Spider-Boy. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099, number 1. There's a design variant cover by Rogue Antonio, and also one by Greg Land. Red Goblin number 7, cover by Enyuk Lee. Cult of Carnage Misery number 4, covered by Scan. Venom number 24, covered by Brian Hitch. Spider-Man number India number 3, covered by Adam Kubert. Silk number 4. So then we got Miles Morales Spider-Man number 9. There's a variant cover by Matthias Manini. Incredible Hulk number 3. Frank Miller, variant cover by Frank Miller, and a version variant cover by Frank Miller as well. There's Loki number 3, Groot number 4 is coming out, Warlock Rebirth number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy number 5, cover by Mark Bacchetto. The mystery behind Groot Falls revealed. How will this forever change the course of the Guardians? Find out here. Plus a bonus page written by Jonathan Hickman outlining who are the gods. Black Panther number 3. Variant cover by Ian Bertram. Avengers number 4. Scarlet Witch number 7. There's a design variant by Sarah Pacelli and a variant cover by Megan Hittrick. Fantastic Four number 10. Gnarly cover by Alex Ross. There's also supposed to be a variant cover by Torian Clark. Danny Ketch Ghost Rider number 4. Daredevil and Echo number 4. Daredevil number 14. A gnarly cover with Deadpool on it, with Deadpool number 10. And then there's a cover by Martin Coccolo. Deadpool Batter Blood. Number 3, variant cover by Rob Liefeld. And there's also an interesting cover by Rod Reese there. Doc Strange, number 6. Ooh. Covered by Alex Ross, which is apparently a Gods variant, and then covered by Alex Ross, Gods variant covered by Emma Lupacino. Strange Academy, Miles Morales. That's interesting. Let's see what it says. Skull is back in session. Strange Academy is cooking the Skull year off with a field trip to New York City to throw down against Vision's Academy in the multiversal math bowl. However, when a new mysterious villain crashes the mathematics, the students of Strange Academy team up with Miles to step up stop his plots. One chapter of a thrilling 3-part saga. Planet of the Apes number 5. Star Wars The Mandalorian. There's a variant covered by Terry Dotson. And then there's a variant covered by Jim Chung, John Tyler Christopher, the action figure variant. There's a Scourge variant cover. And then there's the voyant cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Star Wars Dark Droids number 1. Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Max Rebo number 1. Yoda number 10. Star Wars number 37. More. Dr. Afro number 35 with a 15th anniversary Asajj Ventress variant cover. And now it looks like we're getting into the collected editions for Marvel. So let's skip back over to some of the indies that are going through Lunar very quickly now, because we got to get to the previews. AWA has Black Tape number 4 with a 1 of 15. Red Zone number 3. That one's a rosin cover. Gatsby is coming out. Then there's the Destiny Mystical Mafia number 1. Don't Avert Your Eyes number 1. Human Target. Let's see. think that's enough of that. Actually, Hosef, 1957, number 2. Dead Man's Hand. Looks like now we're getting back into the Carnal Confessions, number 3. See if there's anything else that's good in here. Nope. All right, let's see if we can find the previews. Or was that the previews? Here we go. All right, now we're getting into the diamond previews. We're going to try and go as quickly as can. So I'm going to give it 15 more minutes of this, and then shut it down. And then if we have to go over any other ones slowly and surely, we will add a time and date. So previews. On the cover it says Mech Cadets. It looks like it's being signed up for a Netflix animated series coming soon. Then there's Sacrificers, also on the freaking back cover. Here's some X-Men, the animated series Resin Bust. Fire and Ice. That's a great freaking cover by Dynamite. That one's coming out. Let's see. Let me see. Let me change this music up. Looks like they're also going to do a series for Disney villains called Hades, because they've already done Scar and Maleficia, right? Let's see. Here's a gnarly freaking cover for Vampirella. Looks like that one's done by Lucia Perillo. That's called Vampirella Rage Dracula. And this diamond really has a lot of fluff on here. Yep, there's sacrificers. So if you want to have a get a little preview of what it's all about, you can actually pick up your previews, and right there is a previews for it. Schlub number 1, which is the gem of the month, written by Ryan Stegman. The Call number 1, written by Kelly Thompson. It describes it as something is killing the children meets Super 8 in a perfectly dark coming of age story for the fans of the Goonies. The Enfield Gang Massacre number 1. Doc Milady Wild Wild West Side Show, Evil Eyes of what? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be about. Captura Universal Truths number 1. Here's a previews for that. Quest number 1 by Image Comics. Local Man Gold, one shot. And there's a bunch of TPs, collected editions. Let's see, what was that? Antarctica number 2. With Arcade Kings number 4. Battle Chasers number 12 with Big Game number 2. Bone Archer Tenement number 3. Dead Romans number 6. Deep Cups number 5 with Firepower by Kirkman and Stanley number 26. Gunslinger Swan number 23. Huntington N number 3. Hey Kids Comics number 5, and I Hate Fairyland number 8. Mortal Sergeant number 8, and Hell We Fight number 3. Ingo Children number 6, and Junk Rabbit number 5. Kaya number 11 with King's Spawn number 25. Click Click Boom number 3, Lover Assy number 10. Monsters number 47, Newborn number 10. No One number 6. Pure Evil number 2. Rogue Sun number 15. We have Savage Strength of Starstorm number 4. Scorched number 21. Scrapper number 2. Spawn Something Epic number 4 with Spawn number 345. Star Steins number 4, Stoneheart number 6, Summoner's War Awakening number 5, Swan Song number 2, Tales of Suspense number 2. And then we're going to keep scrolling. I'm just going to call some of the stuff out. Walking Dead number 69, 68, and 69. World Tree number 5. There's a cover A by Fernando Blanco, 1 in 25. There's a cover C by Michael Walsh and a cover E 1 in 100 by Gavin Fullerton. And your cover D is by Jung Hong Lee, 1 in 50. Let's see. For Boom, there is a mini dust of Layla Starr, pen and ink number 1. Rare flavors number 1, tasting menu Ashcan. There's your Mechadets number 1 I talked about earlier. And there's your previews for it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 111. It's got a lot of covers, to include one by Torrin Clark, Bjorn Berens, Tyler Kirkham. And there's a FOC reveal and a Gandhi Montez unlockable. Make sure I turn on the comments. There's Power Rangers. And it looks like there's something by Rian Gonzalez. Magic Planeswalker Notorious number 1. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer number 1. There's going to be a cover by Mateus Benhini and Francesco Francavilla. Berserker, Something That's Killing the Children number 32. And it looks like there's going to be simple covers by Dan Mora, Charlie Adlard, and Werther Deladera, which is going to be an unlockable. Also Slaughter number 16. This was by Javier Rodriguez, Ricardo Lopez, Ortiz, and Deladera. Grim number 12. Name them all. Sirens of the City number 2. Let's see. Alice Never After number 2. And we're just getting number 2. But didn't number 1 come out a while ago? I tell you what, that Miguel Mercado looks kind of freaky. Old girl trying to pop an eye out. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World number 8. With incentives by Kevin Wada and Becky Carey. Ghost Lore, Wild's End number 3. With incentives by NJ Colbard and David Peterson. Creed number 3. Incentives by Paris Elian and Sanford Green. Dune House of Harkonnen. Jim Henson's Dark Crystal Creation Myths. Final Redemption number 3. Fire and Ice number 1. There's going to be a Bill Sikowitz Metal Premium cover and a limited version of some of these. Vampirella Dracula Rage number 1. start blowing by some of this stuff. So if I'm tracking right, we did DC, we did Marvel, Boom, Image, just did Dynamite. What else do we have to do? Yeah, there's your Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck, Malfusia, and then now it looks like it's just getting us into some of the. Oh, it's still on Dynamite. Elvira, Monchland. Aftershock with a Spotlight, Cullen Bunn. Yeah, I don't even know that they are having any new. Okay, then there's your Titan Comics, which is mostly your a lot of manga stuff. Global Tech. Conan and Barbarian. Scarlet Score. Oh, excuse me, Scarlet Couture with a great cover by Leslie Reeve, or cover E. Flip Map #1. And then your Doctor Who stuff. Well, and I'll leave on the Heatseeker Gun Honey Series #3. Was like written by Charles O'Dye, art by Ace Continuando. Cover A is going to be done by Leslie Reed. Cover B by Thaddeus Roebuck. Cover C is a cosplay. Cover D is your Ace Continuando. Cover E is by Claudia Carfana. You know what? I did want to end with that. I'll end with this one. Dead by Daylight #4. Dead by Daylight #1. The towels is already sold out at the distributor level, so you might want to go ahead and freaking grab it, especially if your local comic book shop has it available, or if somebody starts putting it out for cheap. Definitely freaking start grabbing those. Well, that's all the time dedicated to this stuff today. Looks like I can't. Here we go. Yep, that's all the time I wanted to end. Dedicate to this today. We're gonna do more FOC stuff on Friday. And definitely pay attention to Ultra. He's got his Matrix show. The girls, they got their show going on. I think Ninth was thinking about doing cover picks, or regenerating cover picks sooner or later. But once again, thank you for all y'all that are hanging out with me too late at night. And then we'll hang up. We'll see each other a little bit later. Let's see. For each man in a time.